First of all, I just want to wish everybody Happy New Year, and may God give you the strength and courage that you need to fulfill all your dreams in your family life, your business life, and also all my good friends at home office. Let me tell you, those people are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Even New Year's Day, I'm texting because I was short 700 for 1.2 million, and I want to know if they're going to run the cycle. I got back a text like 6 a.m. in the morning. I mean, they're unbelievable. So we have such a great team of people to help us. But I want to talk to you guys about running for the million. You know, it was December of last year, and the company had an event in New Jersey. And as soon as I walked in, I saw Mark Dotson, and he had this big smile on his face. And he was like, Narain, when are we getting to the million? And Tony always hides from them because he knows what the... So Tony goes, 90 days. And then guess who come right after Mark Dotson? Then it was Jeff Reed. Narain, when we get to the million. Then it was Raul Rivera, and I'm like, oh, God. So I went back home, and I felt bad that I give him an answer. We gave them an answer and didn't have a plan, right? And I went back, and I looked at the numbers, and I asked Babe, I said, where are we at? He said, we're about 900. We weren't at 900. We were down. So I look at the numbers, and I know exactly what we needed to do to grow the numbers in 90 days. Because for me, if I'm going to do something, I like to do it and get it over with. You know, just get it over with. And I look at the numbers, and I said, you know, we have to grow so much. And it was a lot. I think we had to make an extra 200 and something thousand within a 90 days period. And I knew we couldn't just do it in life insurance. We had to get some investment in there. And we are great at life insurance. But I knew that wasn't going to help me. So we went back, and I did what Ms. Barclay did. She said, pull the team together, start a campaign. And, you know, Tony had 4 older brothers that were in Primerica. One was at 300,000, two was at 90, and one of them always tried to get Tony to quit. So, and he have a sister and his mom. But when you're going for a run and you're committed, you have no pride. So I called all his brothers, right? That was the hardest thing to do, to call family. And I have 6 crazy sisters. They were hard to call too. But I had no pride in asking for help. I said, we have 90 days to make history happen. We're the first West Indian couple, not Indian, West Indian, because one Indian did it before. And we're the first West Indian couple to make $1 million. And, you know, and I pulled everybody possible together. And we were going back on the plane, and I'm like, how are we going to double production? How are we going to double? Because you can't go back and be the same person after you leave here. Am I right? Right? So, and I don't know, it just clicked in my head. I said, I'm going to call every single RVP. How many of us have so many good people but don't do much? Right? But they're great people. They would die for you. They would do anything. Tony said I babysit my RVPs tomorrow. I like babysitting them. They're my people. So I called all of them up, and I said, we're going to do a meeting on Friday. But we're going to be there from 10 in the morning to 10 p.m., and I want you to bring every single name and number you have since you were in Primerica. And Satish and his beautiful wife show up to that event, too. They were there. We had over 100 licensed agents showed up. And we stayed there from 10 to 10 p.m., 12 hours for lockdown. And we made 600 appointments. 600 appointments over the weekend. 600. And I was so excited. I was so jacked up. I was so motivated. I said, with 600 appointments, what's going to come out of that over the weekend? And guess what happened the weekend, Omar? The biggest snowstorms ever. Oh, my God. And I was like, oh, 600. That's all, like 600, Tony. Oh, 600. But you know what our guys did? That didn't stop them. Even they shut down the road, they didn't stop them. They did 50 recruits and over 100,000. That was our first run. And I didn't really do the math. But that night, I had a $20,000 paycheck, Susan, that Monday night, so I was jacked up. I am not needy, but I am greedy. I was very jacked up. So then I pulled the team together and I said, we got to do it for Friday again. We did it for 90 days every Friday. Every single Friday we did it for 90 days, and that's how we grew the income, and that's how we get over to the million. But the last weekend we were short. We were short about 30,000. And did you ever notice if you wait to do it next month, it's twice as harder? Oh, somebody tell me there were 8,000 for the 500. I said, if you wait for next month, it's twice as hard. You're going to sleep on that. You're not going to get no sleep. So I had the weekend. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I made a list of all my wealthy friends, every one of them. And one of them, he have a very big position with a company, and I said, I need your help. And I tell him, I have up to money. He goes, okay, come and pick me up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll take the day off, and I'll drive you around to see all my friends. And we did $15,000 in premium from him doing that for us. I'm telling you guys, people want to help. They want to help you. They want you to get where you want to go. And we blew it away. I think we did over $1.1 million. But remember I told you guys I'm not needy, but I am greedy? I get used to all the activity. I get used to all the money. I was saving an extra $30,000 a month. I don't need an extra $30,000 a month, but I would save an extra $30,000 a month, right? In fact, I hit a record month in November. I saved $95,000 in the month of November. 95. I don't care. I do not care what I make, 1.2. I want to know what I have left, right? So far for the month of December, I think I'm up to 40,000. I have 2 little grandbabies right now. One of them is brunette and so cute. One of them is blonde with blue eyes. Oh, I love that little kid, and he's so fat. Oh, you just want to bite him all over. He's so cute. And he looks at me and stares like, why are you so brown? He's so cute. But guys, I'm telling you, whatever you want to get done, you could get done, right? And you know, Mr. Dillon was talking about 10 IBA. I hope I inspire you guys what that 10 IBA could do for you if you go out there and make it happen. Because last month, me and Tony did 10 IBA. Personally, we went over the kitchen table and we did 10 IBAs. And out of that one, the 10 IBA, the first young man I trained was Kenton. And he took me to see his brother. And we did a good amount of policy for the brother. We hired the brother. And he took me to see his dad. And his dad have a big position with the company. And I did a huge amount of policy for him. And I told him, I said, Mr. Rollins, you have such a good position. I need to come back and meet with all your guys. And he said, sure, honey, whenever, right? So it's supposed to be today, but I changed it for tomorrow, right? Then he took me to, his father took me to see his sister. This is with one person, from training one person. And I think I did like 4 or 5 IBA because of him. Then I hired another young lady named Latoya, and I went and trained her, and she took me to a professor. And we did everything, and he wasn't ready. He just wanted a life insurance. Then I hired this other young lady named Patricia, and we did 5 IBA with Patricia. She took me to see her best friend, Liz. We did 3 policy and IBA. She took me to see another friend of hers. I did 150, not me, but Tony, 150,000 rollover. We did another IBA. Guys, you have no idea what 10 directs would do for your business. Maybe you don't need the money, but somebody in your family is going to need it. Somebody depend on you, right? I don't know, but there's so much you could get done here in such a short. None of us in this room should struggle financially. The worst thing to me is that we in financial services and you don't have a big nest egg. I mean, who are we lying? That's hypocritical, isn't it? It's very hypocritical. I sat with somebody and he said he have a good asset, so I told him get everything ready for Tony to sit with. And I thought the guy had like $5 million in statement. He didn't have 5. He had this home, I have that. I said, I have all that crap, but that's not asset. Asset to me is money you could show me on paper. That's asset. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, $10 million. Am I right? I have buildings that worth $3, $4 million with no mortgage, but I don't call that asset. I got to try sell that crap, and who knows who's going to buy that crap. But I have investment statement to show you with $4 million in it, right? So guys, you go out there and make it happen. And on our run, we had 2 RVPs went over 100,000, and one was at 98. And I told her, if you don't get over it, it's going to be hard for you. It's 4 months later, right? You just got to get it over with, right? And also, through all of this, we take 8 vacations last year. Tony, he's a hell of a husband. I think I'm a cat. I got 9 lives living with that guy. I don't think God could created a man could love me as much as that guy do. I mean, he is unbelievable. We had 8 vacations this year. And he told me for my birthday, he said in June, I'm going to take you to Manhattan and I'm going to make you shop till you drop. I said, that's not possible, but he did. He did, right? I was begging. I said, babe, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back to my room. My feet is hurting, right? But we took 8 vacations with the family and we went away for 10 days in December. We went away for another 7 days in November. So you could do it all. If anybody tell you you cannot do it all, they're lying to you. You could have a great family life. You could have a great business life. You could have a great marriage, right? And guys, you partners, if you don't start doing stuff and making the appointment, you're going to cost your family millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions, not a little bit, millions. When I think about the appointments I make for Tony and what he get out of it, I'm like, my God, what if I didn't? What I'm putting in such a little bit of time. And not a lot of time, but a little bit of time. I think you're the difference. You're the difference. You say, I wanted to be the reason why Tony make it. I didn't want to be the reason why he didn't. You know, when I first married him, I asked him, we met when I was 16, we married when I was 17, and I had 2 kids before I was 20. And I asked him, why did you get married? You're never home. I couldn't understand why he had to work from 8 in the morning to 12 midnight. I didn't get it. He should have never get married, right? I couldn't understand why he worked. He always had an incredible work ethic. And that's one guy that I would tell you, he lived for his family. He don't care about nothing else. He lived, if I'm sad, he would, everything we did in the last 32 years, he would come and he'd sit next to me with a chair and he goes, remember when you watched that movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy, and you were pregnant and you laughed so much I had to take you to the emergency room. And you remember when you were pregnant, I would stuff all this food down your face and you gain 80 pounds? But he brings back all the memories, all what life is supposed to be about. Right, guys? And I just want to hope that I help you today. Pick up that phone, make those phone calls, and God bless every one of you. And we're such in a great place right now with the company, and I wish sincerely all of you the best. Bye-bye.